Fernando here. Welcome to the latest B-Ration, our bonus content series. Our next full episode of the podcast is going to be released on May 14th. And not to give too much away here, but it features an incredible bazooka face-off with German tanks. Do not miss this one. May 8th is a special day in the history of World War II. 81 years ago, the world celebrated VE Day, or Victory in Europe Day, the final surrender of German forces. And just a side note, the initial surrender was signed at 2:41 a.m. in the morning on May 7th, the day before, which happens to be when I set this B-Ration for release. I don't know if you noticed that. But imagine, just to set the stage here, you're a regular American infantry soldier in Germany in 1945. You're beyond tired of the war, of the blood, of losing friends. Then you're told by your captain that the president is going to be on the radio. Now, by now, you've heard rumors that the war is over in Europe. It could be true. It could not be true. And then as you're gathered with your buddies around a radio, you hear President Truman's voice.
This is a solemn but a glorious hour. I only wish that Franklin D. Roosevelt had lived to witness this day. General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe. For this victory, we join in offering our thanks to the providence which has guided and sustained us through the dark days of adversity. Our rejoicing is sobered and subdued by a supreme consciousness of the terrible price we have paid to rid the world of Hitler and his evil band. Let us not forget, my fellow Americans, the sorrow and the heartache which today abide in the homes of so many of our neighbors. Neighbors whose most priceless possession has been rendered as a sacrifice to redeem our liberty. We can repay the debt which we owe to our God, to our dead, and to our children only by work, by ceaseless devotion to the responsibilities which lie ahead of us. If I could give you a single watchword for the coming months, that word is work, work, and more work. We must work to finish the war. Our victory is but half won. The West is free, but the East is still in bondage to the treacherous tyranny of the Japanese. When the last Japanese division has surrendered unconditionally, then only will our fighting job be done. We must work to bind up the wounds of a suffering world, to build an abiding peace, a peace rooted in justice and in law. We can build such a peace only by hard, toilsome, painstaking work, by understanding and working with our allies in peace as we have in war. The job ahead is no less important, no less urgent, no less difficult than the task which now happily is done. I call upon every American to stick to his post until the last battle is won. Until that day, let no man abandon his post or slacken his efforts.
Thanks so much for listening. And don't forget to review the podcast in your favorite, place that you get podcasts.